Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? GhostSickness Tristan here, and I'm bringing you Ghostly Advice, a weekly advice series, and I'm actually going to get right into it, guys. Sorry I haven't done an episode in like 9 days, but either way, you guys are digging the series, and I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad you guys, thank you all for the support. So if you do want to smash that like button, go ahead and do it right meow, or in the middle of the video, or at the end of the video, but really, whatever your personal preference is. I'm actually going to get right into the first question. I'm only doing 2 in this video, because these are pretty extensive questions, and I kind of want to go into more detail with this episode, and then I may do 4 in the next episode. So either way, I'm going to get right into it. So I've been watching your videos for a long time, and I wanted to know if you could put this on Ghostly Advice. I've been an atheist for a few years, but I haven't told anyone besides you. I want your opinion on what I should do considering you are an atheist, which I am, guys, but I want to say that I'm open to all religions. Like, I accept you for what you believe in. And, yeah, I'm not one of those hate-filled atheists. So either way, how do I break it to everyone? I'm worried that school people will start to fuck with me and kick my ass. I'm scared to fight anyone. It's just that I don't want to. I know I shouldn't care about what they think about, but they're my friends and family are very religious, especially my grandparents. My grandpa is a speaker at quite a few churches in my area. They go every Sunday morning, evening, and Wednesday. I'm not sure how to explain to them that I'm an atheist and why I chose this path. I don't want my parents to think that it's their fault because they stopped taking me to church. Mainly, many people have this problem and people are too scared to tell anyone. Thank you. Keep making great content. And here's what I would say to you, bro, is you already said that you're not going to church, and that's why I believe you really don't have to make it out to everyone. That's why you really don't need to come out as an atheist, and that's why it doesn't matter, because you can have your own beliefs, right? But as long as religion isn't introduced, I don't think you should talk about it. That's how I kind of live my life. And like, yes, I associate with other atheists and agnostic people. I'm still friends with Christians and religious people. So the thing is I just never let religion become a problem. That's what you need to do. When you're with friends and stuff and the topic of religion comes up, just don't really say anything. It can be kind of hard sometimes, I get it, but what I would say to you is it's not important to come out to everyone. This isn't one of those things. This isn't like being homosexual, which I'm completely okay with, guys. Because then you would have to come out for something like that. And if you guys are thinking about doing that, definitely shoot me an email. But when it comes to something like this, when it comes to, you know, being an atheist and religious beliefs, those are some of the arguments you never want to get into. There is console wars, religion, politics, and stuff like that. These are arguments that you never want to get into because it's pointless. You can't really change people's opinions either way, and there's no point in trying. That's my hypothesis on that. So what I would say to you, you do not need to come out and tell everyone. I would only respond to the question if they ask you. You don't need to tell your grandparents. You don't need to do this stuff. But if they start praying or whatever, then just don't do it. I don't know. I don't really know exactly what to do in those situations because I haven't experienced that. However, I have come out as an atheist to some of obviously all my family knows and my friends know and stuff, but in a certain situation, religion was brought up, and they're like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, I'm an atheist, and I kind of got shit for it. I really did. I got, kind of pooped on, basically. Why are you not religious? Why do you have no faith and all this stuff? And I'm just like, dude, this is just my belief, and it doesn't really affect you guys, so why do you care, basically? And so when that happened, it was kind of bad, but then I'm like, everything was better the next day. It's just something you don't want to talk about. It's really something that is just kind of, everyone sticks to their own thing, which they should anyway. Everyone should stick to their own thing, and it shouldn't be any of your business whether me being an atheist is bad or whatever you think it is, right? So that's what I would say to you, bro. Unless it's brought up, then share your opinions on it. But when it comes to your parents and stuff, you don't need to be like, sit them down and have a talk about it, because it's really not that big of a deal. And you're 14 or 15, and so you really should just be able to live your life the way you want to live your life. And religion is not brought up on an everyday basis. That's the best part. And so just live your life. If someone is asking you about it, then maybe you can tell them, but tell someone you trust. Obviously, I would not tell your grandparents, just because, well, they probably wouldn't be too understanding, because a lot of people dislike atheists for some reason, which I don't really understand. But either way, guys, that's what I'd say to you, bro. Best of luck, but I would not recommend coming out due to the fact that there's just no point. It really is to none of your benefit, really, what people think of you. So Getting onto the second email today, just started out by saying I'm a big fan of yours. Wink, wink, big. So, I'm having one of the trouble with rejected by many girls. I'm a sophomore in high school, and I haven't even had my first kiss. And yes, you guys are probably wondering why I'm answering this email, and I'll go get into it. Normally, this wouldn't bother me, but I'm starting to see all these videos of you talking about your first blowjob at my age, and which really doesn't help with my self-confidence. I'm sorry about that, buddy. But anyways, I'm not worried about my looks or anything. Most girls will say I'm cute or handsome, or any of that BS girls usually say. But when I ask them out, they will start to make excuses that I'm, that I know are fake for a fact. For example, one of the girls, let's call her Alice. I would ask Alex if Alex, oh god, I'm sorry, you're not gay, I know, I get it, man. I would ask Alex if she wanted to hang out on Friday. So she said no because she's going out with her friends that day. Friday comes around and she posts on Facebook, wow, just sitting alone home with nothing to do. This is my life and it's boring. Which proves that she obviously did not have plans to go out with her friends. However, I may have a secret. I may have learned a secret. You see, there's this girl I'm really close to me who says I'm like her brother. I do in fact like this girl, and I have for a long time. I recently told her this, but she does not feel the same way. But she thinks it's funny to often tease me or whatever. And so I asked her out many times, all resulting in rejection. I'll get into that many times in a second, bro. And even more recently, I've told her that I didn't like her anymore because she was just hurting me emotionally. After this happened, about 2 or 3 days later, she started acting interested in me. She would tease me, but this time in a different way, if you know what I mean. And when I started noticing that this was happening, I swear, I thought it was a motherfucking superhero, and I thought I just discovered my powers. I started trying this method of telling girls I don't like them in that way, and it really did work. But the problem is, when they would be into me and flirty and all that jazz, I would ask them out, and they would see, as before, a clingy emo guy, and they would snap out of it, so to speak. And unfortunately, reject me. And here's my problem. I need your assistance in one of this ghosts. I've had one girlfriend, and it only lasted a week. I don't mind if you use this in your video, by the way. And here's what I would say. I'm not good at picking up women either, bro. This is why this email kind of struck home with me. It's like, I suck at getting girls. I do. I'm bad. I can't. I don't know why I can't anymore. I have a hypothesis video coming out maybe in a few days. I don't know. It seems like an interesting topic for you guys. Talking about why I believe I haven't been able to get with girls, and it'd be a pretty funny video. So I'm tying this back to you. Is the main thing is the asking out multiple times. That is extremely unattractive to girls, and it'll never change their mind. The thing that you need to realize, and that I've come to terms with, obviously, is that if a girl doesn't like you, right? You get to know this girl, whatever. 2 weeks into it, she doesn't like you, then she will never like you. And I hate to be that blunt about it, but what I'm saying is, if a girl doesn't like you, then her opinion will most likely not change. And maybe you guys start off as just friends, and maybe she starts liking you, right? But there's this really interesting paradox with, oh, I like this girl, but she doesn't like me back, and oh, this guy's clingy as fuck. Well, that's not exactly the case. It's basically just that girls want things that they can't have, and that's what's BS about it. That's why, these douchebags, I want to say, who act like they really don't care. Maybe they don't care, and either way, it's just kind of the subconscious mindset that people have. And it's really, really interesting because if you're like, whatever, I don't mind too much getting rejected or not getting this girl or whatever, they'll be like, oh my god, that's so hot. His confidence is just, oh my god. And so there's stuff like that. And that's the really bothersome part. But yes, girls will use excuses out the ass to do something like this and reject you and do whatever. And the interesting thing is, it's not a superpower, right? It's just that girls, okay, here's the deal. I understand how girls work, but I can't date them, basically. And like I said, I'll explain that in a video in the future, but it's basically like, oh, well, I can't have this guy. Well, I want it back. I want that feeling of, I want him to want me, basically. And whether she doesn't want you or whatever, that's why they'll start flirting with you and saying these things, is because they want you to want them back. They're like, they miss it. They miss the kind of comfort and, confidence it gives them, basically, when a guy likes them. It's like just kind of one of those things like, oh, that's pretty cool if, because when you said at the end of your email, you're like just this clingy emo guy, and that's the thing that you need to work on here, bro, is being clingy, because Asking girls multiple times. No, you can't do that. You can't ask them multiple times, because the first time no means no. That means move the fuck on, bro. Any excuse, any kind of BS, I'm not into someone right now. Stuff like that. That's a total just cop out for girls to use. And what I would say to you, bro, is move on. Find another girl who interests you, and you can see right away or pretty soon that she's kind of flirtatious and, you know, kind of into you and really listens when you talk and, you know, laughs at stupid jokes and stuff like that. Then you'll know that that girl likes you. And you don't, you know, I'm proud of you for being blunt and telling these girls that you like them, but I don't know if you're acting soon enough, because you said you're friends with a lot of these girls, and maybe you've already been in the friend zone. Maybe they liked you at some point in your relationship, and that's why you need to try early. Here's what you can do. You can become friends with a new girl or something like that, and then make a move on her within the first 2 weeks. Okay? And then after that, maybe she says yes, maybe she says no. But if she says no, then you can just carry out a normal friendship. It doesn't get awkward. It's just normal from then on, because you know how each other, you know, felt and stuff like that, and then you can move past it. It's not very difficult, and I believe you can do that with ease, because you've definitely tried. You seem like you have confidence to me, and that's the really cool part, bro. Don't think of yourself as a clingy emo guy, and how not to be clingy is pretty easy, but it's kind of difficult, because girls will take a lot of things as clingy, and it's different per girl. However, they'll just kind of notice your attitude toward things. It's really, really weird. They won't even consciously pick up on it. It's just extremely weird. Like, maybe you'll do something that's just kind of slightly out of the ordinary. Maybe text them at kind of a random time, or reply too fast, or really stupid stuff that girls do. And they'll just deduce that, oh, this guy's clingy. And it's very, very unattractive. And that's the worst part. Because if you come on to a girl, she doesn't reciprocate any feelings for you, you have no chance. And that's the worst part about guys liking girls first. And it's just kind of this thing, you know. So that's the struggle, basically. And what I'd say not to be clingy is really, really different per girl, but don't text them too often. Don't always text first. Be interesting when you're texting and in person and stuff. Don't always, you know, creepily walk up to them and be like, hey, how's it going? You know, stuff like that. But try to be more passive about your friendship. Think of it normal. Don't try to overthink these certain things, like, oh my god, am I texting her back to her? Oh my god, am I doing this? But, you know, don't be always checking your phone and always doing something, because if you notice that you're always checking your phone and always waiting for a response, you're gonna be like, oh shit, man, I've become clingy. And what you need to do in those situations, you need to get a hobby, something fun, something to take your mind off of these girls, and have a busy life. Don't always be there when she texts you first, or whatever the situation is, because you need to be someone with your own life and with your own things to do, and to be like, oh, a relationship? Yeah, that'd be cool on the side, you know what I mean? And so girls really dig that. Girls really dig when a guy has his own shit to do, and he's not just wrapped up around this girl, and that's all he's looking for in life. So I really hope you guys enjoy this long ghostly advice. I'll start bringing people back. Sorry, just kind of having a little ghostly advice detox from all of that, all the people I had on Ghostly Advice Marathon. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, I just kind of wanted to connect with you guys through this series and get it back to its normal roots, and then I'll start doing that again. I don't really know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.